Hello, today we're going to have a look at perimeter and area of rectangles and also triangles. So we'll start off with rectangles. So the word perimeter means to measure around the outside of the shape, okay? So to do that, we are going to add the lengths of all the sides. So I've got a 5 centimeters and 8 centimeters, but I've also got another side that's 5 centimeters because opposite sides are equal in length, and then another side that is 8 centimeters because it is opposite the 8 centimeter side. So if we add those together, 5 and 8 is 13, add another 5 is 18, add another 8 is 26. So our perimeter is 26 and we need to put our units, and our units in this case is going to be centimeters because effectively it is a length. So the second thing we need to work out here is the area. To find the area of a rectangle, we would do the base multiplied by the height. Okay, so the base is 8, the height is 5, and that is going to give me an answer of 40. So the units in this case, because we're now dealing with area, is going to be centimeters squared. Okay, so it's not a very clear M, so centimeters squared. So on to the next shape. So here we have a scalene triangle and it's right angled. So let's just have a quick look at how we do this one. So again, perimeter means to measure around the outside of a shape. So in this case, we have the 3 lengths for the 3 sides of 3, 4, and 5. So let's add 3, 4, and 5. We get 12. Now this time, these lengths are in meters. And so my answer for the perimeter is also going to be in meters. Now to find the area for a triangle, we use a different formula. And there's 2 ways in which people write this formula. So some people might write it as half BH, and that's half base times height. And sometimes people might write it as base times height over 2. Effectively, it's the same thing, just the operations are done in a slightly different order. So I think I'll go with the second version. That's generally my preferred way of doing this. So my base is 4. My height is 3, and we're going to divide it by 2. So 4 times 3 is 12. 12 over 2 gives me an answer of 6 because effectively this is saying 12 divided by 2. So again, I need to check my units for this answer. Now, seeing as these measurements are in meters, this answer is going to be meters squared. Okay. Now, one of the things that's super important about this is that when we are doing the height, we are looking for what we call the perpendicular height. So that is height at right angles to the base. So let's have a look at another example where it's perhaps a little bit more important. Okay, so I've got a slightly different triangle here. I've got some measurements drawn on. So I've got a 4, a 9, and a 10 centimeters for the sides, but I've also got this length here marked on as 3 centimeters. Now this is the perpendicular height. So from the base, this line is at right angles and it goes to the highest point. So when we're finding the perimeter, we need to measure the 3 sides of the shape. So that is a 4, a 9, and a 10. And if I add those together, I get 23. I don't need to include the 3 centimeters, and that's because that is not one of the outside sides of the shape. So the units for this happen to be centimeters, seeing as all my lengths are in centimeters. And again, when I'm finding the area, I'm going to use my formula for the area for triangle, base times height, and then halved. So in this case, base times height, we need to use the perpendicular height. So it's going to be 10 multiplied by 3, because 3 is the perpendicular height, and we're going to halve that answer. So 10 multiplied by 3 is going to give me 30. 30 divided by 2 is going to give me 15. So I'm going to get 15, and units for this are going to be centimeters squared. Hope that's been a useful video for you. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your exams.